So I think we, as always, we're talking a lot about how just the fundamental institutions that make up politics, the Democratic and Republican parties, all these news organizations, they're just dog shit. I wipe my ass with them. That's what they're worth, if anything. And one of the sickest developments, this has been going on since Trump, but I still see it. I still see stickers. This rehabilitating of George W. Bush. Arguably,
that's fucking gross.
Definitely top 5 worst presidents in American history. I think.
Probably the worst of our lifetime.
In modern American, say post World War II, yes, I think probably the worst in terms of what he did and the problems that we are still dealing with.
And to be clear, the things that he did wrong and the sheer lack of doing anything good.
His destruction of the Constitution and the Bill of Rights.
First Amendment, Fourth Amendment, out the fucking window.
Eighth Amendment toward this torture program.
Facts.
I'm sure. Fucking what else? I'm going to say he broke the third. He probably made soldiers stay in my house. That's my favorite amendment, by the way, because it's the most irrelevant.
You never know. You never know. I don't want to push that.
I don't think Milwaukee will ever be this. Unfortunately, Milwaukee will never be this.
Victor, Idaho.
Sorry. I don't know. Have we spilled the bag on our location before, I think? I can't even keep track.
We're in Cleveland.
We don't really have a location. We're actually ethereal. We're members of the Space Force. By the way, quick question, because no one really
thank us for our service.
I feel like the Space Force came out of nowhere and
okay, stay focused. Bush bad.
Anyway, yeah, the rehabilitation of Bush, a guy who has caused the death of so many people.
I got stats. Keep talking.
He's gonna pull those up. 1 million for sure. How much? Afghanistan, Iraq, all those people, all the fucking deregulating he did of Wall Street that helped accelerate the coming 2008 financial crash. The fact how blatantly corrupt he was, and the fact that Dick Cheney was clearly pulling all the strings in the background. Dick Cheney, who took a $35 million golden package from Halliburton as he was entering the White House, and then gave his former defense contractor no bid contracts worth billions. Do you know how rare a fucking no bid contract is?
It doesn't happen.
And guess what? He got caught. Nothing happened. They said, "Hey, you have to make sure you
stop it.
You have to stop it. You have to just make sure you give all the defense contractors equal chance now." It's like, no. Well, obviously you do that. We want him in jail. But so it's the justice system is a fucking
and he also
joke.
Shot somebody. That wasn't great either.
Oh, and then Eric Garner, you were selling loose cigarettes. Time to die.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's America.
Sorry, Tamir Rice. You had a toy gun in an open carry state.
Oopsie.
Target acquired.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
that's America is where somebody like Dick Cheney can completely get away scot-free.
Shot his friend.
War crimes, shady business dealings that result in the deaths of tens of thousands of civilians.
Probably orchestrated.
I can bet that on YouTube either.
What?
Yeah.
We're going to war. Oh, sorry, they won't allow that. It's not the illegal, kills millions of people for no reason type of war, so they're not okay with it. Violence is never the answer.
Should have, allegedly. Let me give you some stats real quick.
Please.
So George Bush, a reason why we bring this up is he recently went on some irrelevant legacy cable media, appointment television, boomer establishment garbage.
Fair approximation.
And so what he did is he's saying, well, let me tell you, withdrawing from Afghanistan, it makes me sad. Me and Laura are very concerned about the civilians in Afghanistan. So let me give you some fucking stats on civilians in Afghanistan. Over 47,000 civilians in Afghanistan are dead because of Bush. And that's not even, those are rookie numbers for Bush.
Nothing.
That was his warm-up. Yes, listen, tens of thousands of Afghani people died for an attack that they didn't commit. But I digress. But that was just a warm-up, because then we went to Iraq, and the estimates range between 185,000 to 208,000 civilians dead in Iraq. And that doesn't even count the millions of people that were displaced. That doesn't count the fact that both were illegal wars on a sovereign nation, especially Iraq. That leaves out the conversation of the torture programs and full-blown torture camps like Abu Ghraib. I literally, for YouTube purposes, can't even tell you what they did there.
They were extremely gay.
with brooms.
Yes. Both ends.
Listen, again, we really can't go into detail. Like, we will seriously be taken down because of the graphic nature.
Crimes were so bad, we cannot accurately describe them without breaking decency laws, literally. So Google it and understand too, these are not conspiracy theories. These are all things that, because they at some point made a blip on the national news, you can find all of this in the first page of the Google results when you Google these things. Imagine what we don't know about what went on over there. Yeah, and again, Trump was so mean tweets.
Well, to be fair,
That's so
Trump didn't stop
selfish.
any of this, though. Trump let Guantanamo keep going.
Exactly.
Trump did not pull out of the foreign wars like he said he was going to do.
Attack Syria, just like Obama did.
Exactly. I mean, Biden just struck Syria, too. I mean, even members of his own party are coming at him for that, which is really rare, by the way, to see Democrats actively come out in large numbers and actually oppose it. Although
it's part of
as if
some
they probably wouldn't vote against it anyway. But
fucking obviously they met and they're like, hey, we need to get some people on your side. Like, it's just moving chess pieces to me. Like,
now to bring this full circle with Bush specifically, though, one of the other things that we want to talk about, because we were previously talking about the new look at censorship of your private text and how they'd be reading it and all that. All of this is possible because Bush put in the Patriot Act, which is just the most clear violation of your First and Fourth Amendment rights. And it has been extended by every president since. Obama's guilty. Trump is guilty. Now Biden is looking to use it. Will be guilty.
100%.
As if he's not already. Of course he's already guilty of that.
God
but
knows.
yeah, I mean, because again, this is the thing. We can only tell you, to avoid being literal conspiracy theorists, we can only tell you what we know from like first page Google results. Okay? This is all very publicly available, public knowledge kind of stuff that we're sharing. Imagine the stuff we don't know that has not been leaked by whistleblowers who are heroes and usually get smeared by corporate media or thrown in jail or are never able to return to America. Or tortured. It's a sick system. And to wrap up with Bush, he's the worst of the absolute fucking worst president of our lifetime, hands down, probably the worst that we're going to see for a long time.
If you say you're a Democrat, liberal, whatever the fuck, you're on the left, you're Mr. Moral because you hate Trump, and you go around and you say anything to humanize, rehabilitize, act like Bush is somehow now this misunderstood character who we didn't appreciate it.
Because he opposed Trump? That's your litmus test? If you oppose Trump, you're good? Richard Spencer opposed Trump.
Yes, that is
literally. He endorsed Biden. That's a different conversation. But literally, Richard Spencer in this last election opposed Trump. Are you going to rehabilitate him too?
Maybe.
He has a good haircut.
He's hot.
Wrong.
No, fuck. If you participate in that bullshit, fuck you. And guess what? Tell a fucking mother who lost one of the tens of thousands of soldiers we lost in those bullshit illegal wars. Say, hey, no mean tweets. Your son would have wanted no mean tweets. Fuck you, you fucking scumbag. That's the type of bullshit privilege that they like to accuse everyone else of having and saying they're these moral purists because Trump is so evil. It's like, you don't even fucking know what goes on in your own country. You've never read a book. You know jack shit. I'm so sick of fucking hearing from these people. Our opinion is already worth so little, and yet it's worth so much more than most people. How does that happen?
To wrap up, here's our homework. Abu Ghraib. ABU space GHRAIB.
I want each of you to email us a 3-page MLA-cited paper on why Abu Ghraib would have benefited from having more guards that were BIPOC.